Hello everyone, this is Solomon. I'm here to tell you about GUI using switch. So how to use switch and what all it operators. So I'm gonna explain you three codes. One is login page, one is a simple calculator, and third is the student details, which takes and prints by the user in an uh, page. So for first we will go with login page. So package math. So we need to import java dot swing dot star. So importing java dot awt. So this is the main class. So dot event dot star. So my class name is login page. So main method here. So jframe creates the frame. So jframe f equal to new frame. So the title for the new frame is login page, and JLabel. uh, so L1 equal to new JLabel. So the label should have username, and L1 dot set boundaries. So the boundaries, how much it need to be. So here it's showing x-axis 650 and y-axis 50. So width and height 130. So f dot add L1. So for the frame, we will add L1, nothing but layout label. So j text failed, j text field. So t1 equal to new j text field. So in that text field, what are the columns it should be? So 10 column. So t1 dot set boundaries. So 710 and 715 x-axis, 56 y-axis, and 100 width and 100 width. So f1 dot add t1 in the same way. Label 2, and we need to add that label to 2. F. So now password. So t2 equal to new password. So t2 dot set boundaries. So for the password, I am setting the boundaries here. So we need to add this password even to the frame. So j button b equal to new button. So login button, it should be there. So login button boundaries are here. So even this boundary should be added to the frame. So f dot add b. F dot set layout null. F dot set visible true. So f dot set size. So the size of the, we also setting here. So b dot add action instead. So from here, public void action performance. So for what values it should be login, and what values it should not be login. If t1 dot get text equal to ignore case, so karunya, and t2 and password also should be karunya. So if both of them are not karunya, then it's gonna show the login failed. So if this both cases are successfully done, then it's go for login and successfully done. So f dot set default. So j dot frame exit or close. So for these options we are using. So you can see here, right? One is cancel, one is to decrease the size of the screen, and one is to minimize. So for that we are using here. So let's run our code and check how this is gonna run. Yeah, you can see the full page. So I'm giving my user as, so it's not gonna be case sensitive. We can give any number, any cases. So I have given username Karunya and password also Karunya. So let's see. So login successful. So or you can keep login successfully done. So I will remove this, and I'll go with some random name like Solomon, and I'll go password with Nani. So you can see here login failed. So you can give your username here, it will be failed. So for all the test cases, this should work. So I have exceptionally kept this. So if I'm gonna remove this all else part, then it's gonna uh, successfully done. And if we go for a simple calculator, so uh, first we need to import mathematics. So this is going to build a simple calculator for addition, multiplication, division, and subtraction. So public static void main string arguments. So here we are creating the frame and the label. So for label I'm giving as a lb l1. So my this is my word lb l1, so equal to new label. So label is a basic calculator and frame name is calculator. So bl1 dot set font. So this, I'm able to set my font here. So Aldrin, and font should be bold and size should be 20. So I can change the font here. So l1 dot set for background. So background color should be blue. So this will be blue, or you can give it as green or whatever you want. So lbl dot set boundaries. So this will set the boundaries how much it should be. So the frame will be set here. So I'm sorry. Yeah. So uh, yeah, J label LBL2 equal to new label. So in the next one we need to create the as I got an pop-up notification for login. So I'm creating here label 2. So for that we need to fill. So here we are setting boundaries for everywhere, and again whatever you have created that should be added to the frame. So so we are creating the boundaries, fields, and names. And here I'm creating the buttons here. So what should be there? Button. So multiply addition button is here, subtraction button is here, division button is here, multiplication button is here, and the final result will be here. So we have set all the buttons and we have given the boundaries to each and everything. Now I'm overriding. So public void action perform. So what the action need to be performed. So if two numbers are given integers, so that will be taken here. This will be taken to get text, and when they press addition, then this is gonna do an addition performance, or else it's gonna do an subtraction when they give subtraction. If it's gonna be division, it's gonna divide and give the answer here. And if it's going to be multiplication, it's going to do multiplication and give. So from f1 set layout null, and so for the, as I said, this is for these buttons. So let's run our code and check how it's going to run. Yeah, you can see two numbers. Now I go with one is the first number, two is the second number. So now I'll add 3 is the result. Now I'll subtract. Minus 1 is the result. If I divide, 0.5 is the result. If I multiply, so 1 and 2. So let's change the color and check how it's gonna come. Where's here bold size blue color dot let's go with blue red. So I'll go with green. Okay, so you can see here the name is came in green. Last time we got it in red. So you can choose the color here and change the color as correspondingly. Now student details. So this is a student's detail. First it's going to take all the details like his name, his gender, and where is he from, and what is his specializations. And then it's gonna print all the details in a new page. So first we are taking package called maths and importing java swing. And just a second. So we are taking import java.awt.star. So my class name is student. So public static void. So I'm creating frame. I'm creating the size of the frame. I'm creating the label here. So label is initialized as a lbl1. So lbl1 we are setting the font. We are setting the color. here, so we are setting the boundaries here, so we are adding all these things to the frame here. So now, label for the second name, in the label we need to have a name and set foreign ground, so that should be in blue. So next we are setting the boundaries, we are adding this to the frame. So next j dot text field, so we are having text field, we are setting the boundaries, adding that to the frame. Next, J3 is a label, and gender, that should be like choosing one thing. So we are setting the boundary here, that should be in blue, and we are adding this. So this should have a radio button called R1. So we need to select one thing, right? Male or female. So that will be in the radio button. So radio button, set it's in blue, and a radio 1 set boundaries. So for that we are setting the boundaries here. So from add radio button 1, so radio button 2 is a female, so we are setting it and all boundaries, and we are adding it to the frame. So next, J4 is nothing but selecting the state. So the states we can give it in the list. So we are setting boundaries here, and we are giving in the list. So that should be in an when I run the code, I'm gonna show you how these states are gonna come. So it should be in a sequential order. So first Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Odisha, Karnataka, Delhi, Haryana, Punjab, Himachal Pradesh, and Kanyakumari. So all these South Indian states will be there, so you can select it there. So this should be in some different form. So J combo box, so this will be in a box, right? So that's what I'm going to show you in the code. So this will be in a box. So C box dot set frame, then a new frame. So that will give you the this is a font and a plain, and 16 is the size. We are setting the boundaries here, so we are adding that to the box. Next, j dot label, so that label will show the select the technical skills. So this technical skills we need to select, so that will be having all the boxes. So check-in boxes like a checkbox. So j checkbox equal to check one equal to new check one. So first one is Java, next one is C++, next one is Python, next one is JavaScript. So for all that we will take the font and set font and set boundaries, and after setting everything we will add to the frame directly. So all these cases, so JavaScript, Java, C++, and Python, for all these same conditions are applied. So these are the checking boxes. So we are overriding here public void. So we are checking here if check one is selected. So JavaScript, for if I keep tick on JavaScript, it will print JavaScript, and if I'm gonna print C++, it's gonna print C++, Java, JavaScript, everything whatever I'm gonna print, it's gonna print there. So J other pan, so this is gonna give me the output. So by adding gender, state, technical skills, so from set layout, and from exit on close. So this is if it's true. So my name is Solomon. So you Solomon Raj, and that is mail I have taken, and Tamil Nadu. So my state is Telangana, and JavaScript and Python are my technical skills. So submit. So you can see here new pop-up the box, like my name it's given, gender it's given, state it's given, and technical skills are given. So you can see you can change the colors of this or anything. You can change the colors, font, and size of the skills. So in this way we can apply the buttons. So I hope you understand. That's all in this video. Thank you everyone.